Hello, 15 Freak here, bringing you another Pokemon Online match versus Machina's, how you pronounce it, I believe, Machini? I don't know, you can tell on the when I start the battle. This Pokemon Online match is for MyuuTV, our combined channel. Here you go. Machini, I don't know how do you pronounce it. He sends out Played off first, I send out my Leafeon. I used Leaf Blade right off the bat, because I knew he was going to use Stealth Rock. I didn't expect him to use Ice Beam right away. And Leaf Blade does pretty much good damage. He's more probably special defensive. I use Leaf Blade again, trying to finish him off, but he switches out and sends out his Magmortar, which resists it very well. It doesn't really do anything like 20%, if that. He uses Flamethrower. I switch out to Slowpoke, expecting him to use a Fire-type move to try to finish off my Leafeon. I use Slack Off to recover all the damage, just in case he might get Cray or Thunderbolt. I switch out to Arcanine after he sends out his Whimsicott, because I know he's going to use a Grass-type move. I take a lot of damage from Stealth Rock, but it doesn't really matter, because I was going to take a lot of damage from Slowpoke or get killed. He uses, from the Giga Drain. He switches out to Bibarel, the Water-type Pokemon. I use Flare Blitz, expecting him to stay in, not really though, but he takes that very nicely, and then I switch out to my Leafeon. He uses a Surf. He was trying to kill my Arcanine, but I send out my Leafeon instead to block it. I use Leaf Blade again, taking like 21% damage away from his health. It doesn't really do anything, but at least something. I'm wearing him down. But he has the leftovers, which is bad. I expect him to use Flamethrower again, so I send out my Slowpoke to resist him, because he's a Water-type move, or Water-type Pokemon, I mean. He switches out and sends out his Whimsicott. I use Slack Off to recover all the damage, just in case he wanted to use Thunderbolt or something. I send out my Nidoking instead, because I wasn't really expecting a U-turn, but it works out well in my favor. He sends out his Claydol. I can easily kill him off with any of my moves that can hit it. So I use I use Flamethrower because I was expecting him to go to something else, but it works out well because I still finish him off. I switch out to Leafeon after he switches out to Bibarel because I knew he was going to use a Water-type move, and I really wanted to have my Nidoking just in case in the end to kill off one of his other Pokemon. He does nothing, so he switches out to Magmortar. I use Aerois expecting that, but it does less than Leaf Blade, and it doesn't really do anything to him. So, expecting the Flamethrower again, I switch out to my Slowpoke, resisting it very nicely. I was expecting him to use a Thunderbolt, but he switches out to Luxray. So that was wrong. I used Toxic instead, waiting for him to switch out to the Whimsicott, but it works out in my favor still because I protect and he takes damage from the Toxic, and I don't take any damage. So I switch out Slowpoke, go to my Nidoking, expecting a Thunderbolt, so to finish him off next turn with the Earth Power, or use another type move to do a lot of damage. I use the Earth Power because he switches out to Altaria, expecting the Ground type move, which in this case was Earth Power. It does nothing. I'm Scarf, so I can't do nothing, so I have to switch out to Crobat, and Crobat is very bulky. He doesn't have any speed or any other EVs except HP and defensive. He heal bells his Luxray to perfect health from no status. I Toxic him again, expecting him to switch out to his Mortar. Yes. I U-turn out, knowing I can outspeed him, and I send out my Nidoking, expecting a Thunderbolt next turn or a Thunder type move, which in this case was Volt Switch. So it was a good play by my part. He's taking damage from Toxic. He expected me to use Earth Power, but I instead used the Ice Beam very nicely, predicting him, killing him off. He sends out his Bibarel, knowing I'm Scarfed or Specs, and I can't do nothing to a Water type move. He uses Surf to try to finish me off. I send out Leafeon to resist it. My Leafeon what is he use? Swords Dance. But this play is pretty pointless because I can't outspeed up Magmortar, so I have to switch out again and go to Slowpoke to resist the Flamethrower from the Magmortar, or else I'm gonna die from Leafeon. Slowpoke uses can't remember if Toxic or Slack Off. Toxic, yes. I Toxic his Bibarel to finally start ranking some damage on his Pokemon. He has a Thunderbolt, which really I don't predict that at all. He gets a crit. I don't think it mattered. But I Slack Off and I protect next turn to try to raise toxic damage. He uses Thunderbolt again. That's the first time that I saw Thunderbolt on the B barrel. That's why I was surprised. So I switch out to my Needle King, expecting the Thunderbolt, but he uses a Hyper Thing instead, and he gets a critical hit that I don't think it matters, but oh well. I send out my Leafeon. I'm not sure why. Wait, he switches out to his Magmortar. I use Aerial Ace expecting him. I should have just went out with the Leaf Blade. It would have been more damage for me. But it works out in my favor because I send out Slowpoke again. He uses Flamethrower. I take nothing because I am a beast. Slowpoke's a beast. Better than a Slowking or Slowbro. I use Toxic and I finally get his Whimsicott. Scott, however you pronounce it. I use Protect to rank up the damage, knowing he's going to use the Giga Drain or Leech Seed. In this case, Giga Drain. He gets leftover recovery, but he gets it all hurt by poison. He uses Giga Drain. I know I can take one at least because I'm very defensive. I slack off the damage. He takes damage from poison. I protect again to raise the damage from the Toxic. He uses Energy Ball, which is a more powerful move than Giga Drain. I don't see why you would have both, but it's his team. I switch out to Leafeon knowing he's going to use a Grass type move. I don't take anything from it since I'm very specially defensive too. He uses Hurricane, which missed, which was lucky hacksy part by my part, but I don't think it really matters. I use X Scissor and finish him off. He sends out his Magmortar. I switch back to Slowpoke. It's just pretty much a Star War between me and him. He predicts me this time. He uses Earthquake and gets a crit. It doesn't really do anything to me. He sees that with a crit, I don't get anything really. I use Toxic, but he switches out to his B-Barrel, predicting me nicely, and gets the Toxic. Nothing really. I protect, expecting a Thunderbolt, and trying to raise the Toxic damage from him. Knowing that he'll have to switch out soon. I switch out Slowpoke and go to my Luxray, knowing I can resist Thunderbolt really quick, really good. I really take it. Luxray is defensive, I believe, or he has the Guts ability, the Dream Road. That's where he gets to burn. And I have Wild Charge, which does a tremendous amount against a Luxray that's not very effective against. I have the Quick Attack, so I can easily finish him off with a Quick Attack. He has a Toxic, he has a Guts, more than likely Luxray. I can, looking at his damage, I Wild Charge knowing I can outspeed him, and I kill his V-Barrel off. It's going to be, so far it's 5-1. He sends out his Magmortar. I use Wild Charge, and I don't kill him off, and he kills me off by the Earthquake, but I would have been finished off by the Burn, so that one doesn't really matter. Since it's 4-3, I send out my Arcanine and finish him off with a I drop his attack. I finish him off with a Flare Blitz, and yes, I could kill him off. Yeah, so good game, Macchini. I'll put your link in the description below. It was fun. Hope to have more battles, and this is a battle Pokemon Online match for MyuuTV. If you want to join, just PM me and Strato, and we will try to respond as quickly as possible. We will need members that upload constantly and that like to are not shy to narrate or any of that good stuff. So like and favorite this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to see more battles. See ya.